It was just another unremarkable Thursday night when a message from Lena flashed across my screen. Asterisk staying over at a friend's place. Don't wait up, asterisk. I read it with steady hands, though something sharp twisted in my chest. 4 weeks, little red flags had been piling up like quiet warnings. Late calls she dismissed the moment I entered the room, strange receipts she tried to hide, and an unfamiliar distance in her eyes. The version of her I thought I knew had been slipping away. I could have confronted her in anger, demanded answers, or blown up her phone with questions. But instead I chose composure. Type back. Asterisk same here. Having dinner with someone important. Asterisk. Then I set the phone down and let the silence do its work. She expected me to stay home, waiting like always. But this time, she would walk straight into the truth she'd been avoiding. I spent the next hour preparing, not just adjusting my clothes but steadying my thoughts. A simple dark shirt, clean lines, calm energy. The plan was set. I headed to a small, quiet restaurant she'd never heard of. Private enough for honesty. Public enough to prevent theatrics. Across from me sat Marisol, Lena's closest friend, the only person who had seen and quietly grown tired of her lies. She had agreed to help bring everything into the open, to confirm what had been happening behind my back. Her faint, knowing smile gave me a spark of resolve. The door chimed a few minutes later. Lena walked in with the same carefree air she wore whenever she thought she was in control. But the moment her eyes landed on our table, on me, on Marisol, that confidence shattered. Her breath hitched. Her steps faltered. The realization hit her instantly. For months she assumed I wouldn't question her, wouldn't notice the lies, wouldn't step out of the role she crafted for me. Now, caught completely off guard, she finally saw how wrong she'd been. Marisol leaned slightly toward me. "Ready," she murmured. I gave a small nod. I gestured at the empty chair. Lena approached slowly, as if afraid the ground might collapse beneath her. She sat, forcing a smile that fooled no one. Her eyes darted around the room, searching for any kind of escape. None existed. A slim folder lay on the table between us. Quiet, harmless-looking, yet devastating. Marisol placed her hand on it. "We want to hear your explanation." Lena's eyes widened as she saw the contents. Screenshots, receipts, and a timeline of every lie she had spun. Her hands trembled. Her voice vanished. All her practiced excuses fell apart before they ever formed. I spoke evenly without raising my voice. "This ends tonight." She tried to defend herself, but her words dissolved into broken breaths. Tears filled her eyes as the weight of the truth settled over her. Every attempt to twist the story only made her guilt clearer. Her arrogance, once so effortless, collapsed under the pressure of undeniable evidence. Other diners glanced over, sensing the tension but unaware of the story unraveling at our table. Watching Lena confront the world she'd built on deception wasn't satisfying in a vengeful way. It was simply necessary. Proof that calm strategy can accomplish what shouting never could. Eventually she slumped back in her chair, defeated, her tears silent and steady. There were no more stories to tell, no more illusions to maintain. Marisol and I exchanged a brief look, one of closure, not triumph. Months of patience had led here. This wasn't revenge. It was truth delivered without cruelty, without spectacle. Truth that couldn't be argued or avoided. Lena had mistaken patience for weakness. Tonight she learned that truth, once fully assembled, strikes harder than anger ever could. When she finally left, quietly escorted by Marisol, the restaurant slipped back into its ordinary rhythm. But nothing about my life felt the same. I remained for a moment, finishing my coffee, letting the calm settle over me. Her deception had unraveled without shouting, without chaos, only clarity. And in that stillness, I realized something important. Real strength isn't in rage or retaliation. It's in patience, preparation, and the unshakable power of truth arriving exactly when it's meant to. It was a lesson she wouldn't forget. And neither would I.